All right, and as we await the entrance of Xavier Kie, it's going to be our opening matchup as he takes on the double tough Andrew Carvajal. And as we were talking earlier, Fury Fighting Championship providing the best stage for all the amateur fighters. I mean, we see how many amateur shows have pyros for their amateurs? None.
Yeah, the production value here is insane. I was actually talking to a friend on the way here, and I challenge any other promotion to do it better than Fury, especially as an all-amateur card. I hope these amateurs understand the opportunity they have, and I hope they're grateful for it, because this is quite a cool show to see.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Xavier Kie, Andrew Carvajal, and our first match of the evening is officially underway. Southpaw versus conventional matchup.
Carvajal already switching his stances a few times, fires off a rear side kick. Seems really comfortable from both stances.
Kie now taking his time, feeling out his opponent. Doing a good job in the ring control, though. Haven't seen Carvajal off the cage just yet.
Yeah, Kie started quick with some pressure, and he's not let up at all, being very measured with his strikes at range. Good head movement there from Carvajal. Got out of the way of some decent shots as the guys clinch up on the cage.
See what they can do from this position. Carvajal now transitions the clinch. Now he's got Kie backed up into the cage.
Yeah, you saw as Carvajal kind of shucked that underhook a little bit deeper. He also hit a shoulder strike too, looking to do some small damage here in the clinch.
That's an old school technique, probably learned from his old school coach, Andrew Craig. Oh, whizzer throw right there. Not super clean, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, he did a good job, and you can see Kie looking for wrist control on the bottom, maybe looking to try to shoot a triangle, but Carvajal seems like he wanted this fight to go to the ground. He's got really good pressure after that takedown.
Yeah, Carvajal doing a lot of grappling tournaments in preparation of this match. Strong wrestler, as told from his coach.
I'll tell you, Kie landed a decent up kick to the body of Carvajal here as he's on his back. But this takedown was critically important to score early in this first round, as he's enjoying a lot of top control time.
And yeah, these amateur fights are only 3-minute rounds. If you score a takedown, that's almost like half the round right there.
Yeah.
And if not much is scoring in the eyes of the judges, if you've been on top for like a minute and a half, I mean, that's over half the round of grappling control. So we'll see how that pans out. Can Kie recover from his back?
Yeah, Carvajal seems very comfortable here in the ground, and he seems to be happy even in the guard of Kie, rightfully so. He's, again, staying on top, and he's actually being pretty active with his ground and pound. And every time Kie kicks Carvajal away, he's using a lot of energy. Really good right hand there into a big shot and a big lift. Carvajal really looking to get comfortable here in this fight, implementing his game plan and his fight style.
Carvajal imposing that power, as you were saying. Got that big lift, and seeing if he can transition to a better position with it. I mean, he was keeping the distance to measure Kie and getting up, and was seeing if he can transition to a maybe side control with that takedown.
Kie needs to really use that whizzer and create some space with his hips away from Carvajal, because Carvajal's just eating it up, controlling the legs and sucking his base out from under him a few times now.
And already, I mean, this has been a fast round in my opinion, but it's still the full 3 minutes. It just goes to show that just these amateur rounds, there's no time to mess around. Kie trying to finish strong. Was it enough to secure him the round? We shall see.
Yeah, I think that's a Carvajal round all day. I'll tell you though, one of the biggest takeaway I think he's going to have after this fight, win, lose, or draw, is he cannot take the back foot. Every time they stand up, he's instantly moving backwards and putting his back on the cage, and that's going to give Kie a good opportunity to potentially land a big shot. You know, if you get hit with the big shot coming forward, you know, it can be dealt with. If you get hit with the big shot moving backwards, it can be a fight ender.
I'd have to agree with you. I think that was Carvajal's round. You have to imagine, what is Kie's corner telling him? What kind of adjustments should he make in this second round? Kie being the taller of the two fighters, possibly to control that, measure that distance. Don't let Carvajal work the inside and impose his grappling. We shall see. Round two coming up. All right, round two underway. And immediately Carvajal with the setup to the takedown.
So Kie's got the neck wrapped up, but his hands aren't together. The likelihood of that guillotine finishing was, in my opinion, 0%.
Nice hustle by Carvajal.
You know, you can tell in the first round he realizes he can effectively get Kie down almost at will, and he wasted no time on the feet in the opening second of that second round. And he's got top control time, and he's maybe looking for a back take here from Kie if Kie keeps trying to angle his hips out.
This is where that cage experience comes into play. This is Carvajal's 4th cage fight against the debuting Kie. Kie now the taller of the two fighters, trying to work his way back up, but Carvajal just all over him.
Yeah, you know, this being my first time watching Carvajal fight, Todd, when you said he was focusing on a lot of jiu-jitsu tournaments, I had thought it's because he had some holes in his ground game, but I'll tell you, he's doing a tremendous job scoring takedowns, you know, utilizing effective control to mitigate damage on top and then apply some damage from the same position. And he's doing a great job, winning the second round more handily than the first.
And this is what the amateur is all about. I mean, you're not trying to get a spotless record as an amateur. You're wanting to experiment with things, put some things on the line, get that cage experience. The time to try to work for that undefeated record is when you turn pro. And Carvajal, young fighter, looking for his first victory and see if he can get a restart in his career from this.
Yeah, and you know, this is much easier said than done, but what Kie needs to do, he's got the open guard, he needs to put his feet on Carvajal's hips and really push off and create a scramble and create some space, because Carvajal, he'll sit here all day long until this fight's over, you know, in the open guard.
Butterfly hooks by Kie. Oh, those long legs. Possible triangle, but Carvajal doing a good job in shutting down the other side.
Yeah, the triangle's really hard to finish when the bottom leg is trapped in between the legs of the top man, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and right now Carvajal doing a good job in using the cage to his advantage and smothering submission attempts. And that's the difference between a cage fight and a jiu-jitsu grappling matchup. Is just like you have so much to use to help to your advantage to shut down a submission.
Yeah, you see Carvajal and quick on a single from the knees. And that goes back to what you're saying, Todd. The difference is tremendous because, you know, Kie can be on bottom in guard and be in the more offensive submission position, but still absolutely lose every minute of that bottom time. So it's not about, you know, who can grapple better, who can stay on top better for MMA.
Just under 10 seconds left in this second round. And a third round we go. As a quick statistic, all of Andrew Carvajal's fights have all gone the distance. This fight is shaping up to go no different.
So Todd, our personal experiences are quite different. I've spent a few fights in the cage on my back and guard and have felt the fatigue there. You've spent a lot of time in the cage on top of guys after takedowns. Which one do you think is more fatiguing? Like in that second round, who spent more energy?
To tell you the truth, I personally feel that being on top is more fatiguing than on bottom because you're not only handling your own weight, but you're having to double compensate for the conditioning of the other guy. You got to keep another man's weight down in addition to keeping your own balance. And so you're expending more energy on top, I feel, than on bottom.
Yeah, I would think to agree, but man, something happens psychologically in these fights where sometimes if you're on bottom in guard and you're safe, the urgency's not really there, even though you know you're not winning the judges' scorecards. We'll see if Kie can make those adjustments and find some success here in the third round.
Speaking of which, that grinder style, I personally feel, is just like the most exhausting, and you have to be like a phenomenally conditioned athlete if you're going to work that style. And right off the bat, Andrew Carvajal just rushing Kie. Didn't have success in that last rush. Oh. Smacked him in the face with that foot. Just a little slap.
I'll tell you, nothing can be more intimidating than having to box after you've wrestled for, 6 minutes and you're nice and fatigued and your muscles got a bunch of blood in them. And you can see Carvajal's struggling with that right now. He's just really looking to close the distance and wrestle. And Kie's having no part of it.
Yeah, Kie's coming alive now in round 3.
Kie's doing a good job using those front kicks, that rear leg push kick to maintain range.
You have to think his corner probably instructed him, you're down by 2. You need a stoppage to win this fight.
I agree. He needs a finish to win this one. I think he should really start to look for that left hand. Maybe lift that left knee, faking the push kick, and go straight left over the top. But he needs to start doing some damage here because Carvajal looks good.
His debuting fighter, Kie, have the power to earn a comeback victory here tonight over the more experienced Andrew Carvajal.
See, that's where Carvajal is going to get in trouble, is backing up. And, man, he shoots a low single, stays on that ankle, and he's not letting it go. Reminds me when Randy Couture fought James Toney. He grabbed onto his leg and didn't let it go and got a quick finish shortly after.
Yeah, that low single is an underutilized move in mixed martial arts. You don't see it that often, but when you do score, it's an awkward takedown to try to slip your leg out of.
Yeah, so yeah, the low singles are good because they can get your leg so high, but I'll tell you, a classic single leg against somebody who knows how to defend the takedown, it keeps your head in a precarious position to take some potential damage. Not the case here in this fight. I know Kai's sitting on this guillotine. He's not quite in the position on the lower half to finish it. He needs to look to elevate and get up and then really throw some volume with the hands.
And time is not on the side of Xavier Kie. He's got just about a little under 50 seconds left in the third and final round. Andrew Carvajal, if he can keep this up, is likely cruising his way to a unanimous decision victory. There's that ill-fated triangle attempt by Kie.
Oh,
and can he finish it?
I'll tell you.
Oh my, Carvajal made a huge mistake.
He let that leg go. It's like he chose to let the leg go, and this is deep, and this is in.
Is Carvajal shutting down mentally?
His arm's not across, but that doesn't matter. This is still a tight choke.
Oh, 10 seconds left. Is he going to be saved by the bell?
Now it's in. That's an appropriate angle. And he's going to survive it out.
Wow.
Carvajal playing with fire there in the last 30 seconds of that last round.
Yeah, if I'm his coach, I'm watching that, and I'm definitely going to critique that next time we are in the gym. I mean, just under 30 seconds left, and he lets that leg go for that triangle to be secure. My goodness. Nonetheless, another fight under the books. Likely a victory, his first victory in mixed martial arts.
That's okay. You know, MMA as a whole is pretty new, but Houston MMA has been around for a while, and I'm looking around and seeing a lot of the judges and refs, and I've known a lot of these guys for about a decade now, and I'm very comfortable with the level of judging here tonight.
Yeah, even the guys that have probably never competed or hit the mats have enough experience on the shows to where there should be no excuse. This is a pretty easy call tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
As we await the final decision for Xavier Kie and Andrew Carvajal, our opening matchup here on Fury Amateur Series 36.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of combat, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision brought to you by Space City Collective. But before we do that, can we make some noise for this guy's mullet?
Heck yeah.
You can make Billy Ray Cyrus cry.
My man, Brian Pillman Jr.
The scores of 30-27, 29-28, and 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, Andrew Carvajal.
Yeah, congratulations to Andrew Carvajal. They got that one right. You know, one judge did give Kie the 3rd round. Due to the depth of that triangle, which is not outrageous. But that was a good performance from Carvajal. He got the win, but he definitely has some good lessons to learn from after that fight and that victory.
Yeah, good decision. I agree with that. You know, that could be argued as far as that 3rd round. Nonetheless, the right person won that fight. Andrew Carvajal enjoying his first